And what brings you here? It's been a while, hasn't it? I like you. I really do. But what are you even doing with me? You've spent all this time with me, your former teacher. Are you sure that's how you'd like to spend your life? Most people just consider me washed up. I like to think of myself as a bit of an eccentric, someone that really enjoys their time on this planet. And frankly, it's nice to see you around. Lots of times people get so caught up in little details that they forget who they are. They forget who I am and what I stand for. Not only as a racerhead, but as someone who really wants life to be a great experience. Not just for me. I may not look it, but I always liked the idea of being a hero. That's why I did it so great, if I do say so myself. No, I wouldn't be that conceited. I think I'm something special, yes, but I have a long ways to go before I reach someone like All Might. I wholeheartedly believe I can contend with most. But what am I doing talking about this? I'm making myself seem even older than I am. I'm not that old, by the way, come on. You know that. It's not even a question. And, well, you're still just a kid, aren't you? Shall I start calling you the chibi that follows me around? I bet you'd like that, though. Getting a personal name from someone as cool as me. Yeah, I know how it is. Oh, really? You want to test your mettle against me, princess? Guess we'll see who has the best. What's the game? Can't think of one? Fine. I got one for you right here. What's the matter? You're old enough to drink now. Why not give it a shot? Here's the rules. Whoever makes it through the most wine coolers in the next 30 seconds wins. I'd like to see you try and beat me. You've got the attitude, but I doubt you've got something to back it up. Don't tell me you're getting intimidated already. I mean, I barely showed you any of my true skills either. I mean, you've been around me long enough to know, but that doesn't mean I won't surprise you. After all, that's practically what I do. My entire life is for surprising and, well, living it on the edge, so let's see if you can match me, darling. Yeah, I guess we won't know until you give it an old college try. Alright. Then the time starts in 3, 2, 1, go! Time's up, darling. I'm sure a confident one like you must have beaten me. Unless, of course, you were all talk, little princess. You're just a brat like the rest of them, aren't you? It'll be 100 years before you can match me. The art of drinking really flavorful beverages. I like juice boxes, so what makes you think I wouldn't like wine coolers? So let's look at the damage. 1, 2. Not bad, darling. Let's see how low the third one is. Well, it looks like you touched it, and I'll give you that. Given the short time. It's pretty impressive. But not as impressive as mine, as you can clearly see. So, Judge, what do you see? Because I see you maybe losing a little bit of face. Because after what I had to deal with, you having this crush on me for all these years, I should hope that you had the mouth to back it. But you know what? I'll give you credit. Credit for trying. You can't expect to actually have beaten me, did you? The first rule of things is you never challenge someone you can't beat. So I knew I could. You wanna know my secret? Distracting you with my lovely looks and, of course, my intimidating aura. So, I admit I might just be the most attractive person you've ever seen. But that doesn't change the fact that, well, the fact that you're a little prissy princess now in my book. Oh, insulted already? No. I wouldn't dream of actually calling you a princess and insulting you like that. I just think that your drinking might make you a little dainty. No, did you think that I was actually calling you that? I could do so much better than that, Brett. That's a better nickname in the first place. That way you won't go getting too offended at me. And I'll even have the decency to let you choose. Alright. Fair enough. Well, the real question is, what can I expect from you? I won the bet fair and square. Well, not that there was a bet for it. I just won the drinking game. So, usually how this goes, in case you didn't know, we would then choose some kind of gift that I get. I'm sure that... What was that? You got quite the spunk in you, don't you? Still trying to put up a fight. Admirable, I suppose, but kind of futile in its own way. 'Cause I don't really think you're gonna win anything at this rate. You wanna go another round? That's kind of impressive, I guess, in its own way. Kinda silly in another, so... You're on. You're quite a difficult opponent, aren't you? I dare say I may have had a run for my money, but I'm not gonna give up on you. So let's head home. I'll take you to your place. You know where that is right now? Oh. That proves to be something difficult, isn't it? Excuse me. Something about this is just a bit troubling from my standpoint, so just give me a moment. Okay, you can stay at my place if you're going to go anywhere soon, and just take your time with it, 'cause I wouldn't want you to have to go alone, and you look pretty bad right now. I'm sure, as you can see, I can handle my alcohol quite well, and I just, it's not what you think it is, and you're not giving up yet, huh? I guess I could challenge you again. We'll have to figure something else out for a brat like you. We'll see how it goes. My place is this way. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Pretty nice place. I think you'll like it. Just ignore the the madness of it all is just kind of like how I like to keep my house. It's actually quite organized. You'll figure it out once we get there. You sure do talk a lot of rot when you're... never mind. You may be an adult now, but you're definitely still a brat at heart, I see. You're back in those days that we were in class. Do you even remember the lectures I gave you? You should listen to them. A lot of times I said things, and I was looking straight at you. Yeah, maybe I sobered up a bit, but that's okay. You don't look so bad yourself. I have to say, for someone who used to be my student, I still have some things to teach you. Oh, really? You think you could teach me a thing or two? We'll see about that, won't we? Here we are at my humble abode, but it's, excuse me. Just a moment. Feeling a little dizzy. Okay. Yeah, what I told you before. I had to drink more than I thought to beat you. Frankly, over the years, I never really enjoyed alcohol, and I still don't, but I guess a good competition now and then never hurt anyone. With that said, you probably shouldn't drink it. It's real bad for you. What, am I acting too much like your dad? Nah, that's not me. I just care about you. Now come on inside. I promise I won't hurt you. I can see where you might be leery, but we're just here to talk about things. I'd never overstep those boundaries, despite how I may seem. I'm not that kind of person. Oh, you must have some messed up image of me, if you think I'd do something like that. I see. Well, you sure do speak your mind while you're a little inebriated, don't you? Not that I'm complaining, mind you. I couldn't care less, really. And besides that, it's nice to have someone's company. I'm so used to coming home to an empty house. I don't even have a pet here with me anymore. I wouldn't want to get into that when you seem emotionally vulnerable. But let's just say I had a friend and we had a disagreement. Nothing too serious, but the friend took away the pet. I really loved Shu. It was one of the best pets I've had. He was a parrot. I miss him to this day, and he'll probably outlive me at this rate. But you know, friends and bygones and all that, sometimes they just don't really have all that in common once you try living together. Now, it's not what you think. It was just a friend, and you seem awfully interested. Is it that you've been following me? Over the years, you've been looking at me and finding things out about me, haven't you? Not that it surprises me, mind you. I kind of expected it of someone as dedicated as you. Though I wish you kind of used more of that dedication in my class, but I guess you can't be shamed for falling for my roguish good looks. Yeah, that's just how it is sometimes. I understand. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. You're just falling for the best. Wait a second. I know I make jokes about that, but I'm just... Well, quite frankly, I'm a cocky asshole. But I do consider myself a dapper gent. And so... I have to ask you, and perhaps it's the alcohol talking, and I'll probably get an answer much the same. What do I mean to you? We've been doing this hit or miss thing for years. I've been going places, and you follow me like a little pipsqueak. You know, if someone was getting the wrong idea, I'd say that you feel something for me. Was I really that good of a teacher to you that you just couldn't escape after you graduated? I mean, I guess you weren't the best model student or anything, but you certainly were one that was memorable. Day in and day out, you'd talk to me with those glistening, shiny eyes. You always had so many questions, and I thought it was interesting, but I never really understood if you had different intentions with it. I, at one point, kind of got the idea, but that's because you practically confessed to me. You know I couldn't really do anything about it then. If I had tried, I would have most likely been fired and you would have been expelled. And the last thing either of us wanted then was less stability. With all the things that happened over the years, it just got so different. And I mean, I went full-time back into being a pro hero. I frankly, well, I still teach at UA part-time, but for the most part, All Might's picked up the slack, and I've just had to roll with the punches of life. And I feel like I'm obligated to change the world, to make things different than I let them be. If that makes sense. I feel responsible for the things that happened way back when. About 3 years ago. You could say it was a day of crisis for most of them. You probably remember it, but I won't go into too much detail. It just shook me up to my core. Then I realized I don't just want to be a pro. I want to be a pro who's loved, someone remembered. I don't just want my legacy on this world to be that of a good teacher or maybe even a bad teacher. No, I want my legacy to go down as I was a total badass who was suave, roguishly good-looking, and enjoyed life to its fullest, down to every sleeping bag and juice box I can find. I don't really mind facing life, but it's so exhausting sometimes, especially doing it alone. I always found that to be a kindred spirit between us. You seem to be a loner yourself, and that spoke to me. It opened my eyes and my heart to how you are as a person, how you are in your own heart. And maybe I'm blabbering, talking to myself here, but it inspired me. I may never have said it or admitted it, but you were something very special during class. And even over the years when you followed me. Maybe some people would call it stalking or something. No, instead I saw it as passion, art, an obsession with something that you want, and you have the determination to keep persisting. Even after so many people must have told you it's forbidden, it's not right. And for that, I guess I have to say you must be one heck of an idiot, aren't you? No, I wish I could talk like that to you right now, but in truth, I'm no better than you. We've both been through the ringer, haven't we? Life's chewed us up and spit us back out, and what do we have to say for it? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad that I can say that you've been a positive thing in my life. But I would like for you to consider something. What's best for you? No, I'm not talking about that. You think I am and you want to hear those words, but you need to be careful. Think about what you just did. You came home drunk with me. You're vulnerable. Maybe you're too trusting. And frankly, I think that's idiotic. Doing that in this day and age will get you killed. Especially when you have a reputation. So take it as advice of one fool to the next. You must be careful in this world, or you'll lose something precious. I understand that's how you feel. I consider you precious too. It's just, there's some things that I need to do that they're not easy, and they're definitely not good. So I don't want baggage, people dragging me back when I need to do something before it's too late. And no, if you're wondering, I don't consider you baggage. You're someone of a kindred spirit, like I said. And that makes me happy on one hand, but it also makes me scared. That if I do whatever this is, if I do involve you in some way, what's that going to mean? What's it going to be for you? If I'm going to cherish you, as a teacher cherishes their student, the hope in the world, why would I go and let you put yourself in a place of risk? You can be an idiot all you want on your time, but if you're going to do it with me, it's not going to be that easy. I'd like for it to be. I wish you were just like me. I wish you understood how harsh the world can be with things, and that you understood in those big, beautiful eyes of yours that I'd love to say that I can return things just as equally. But frankly, if I did that, we'd be falling down a dangerous path. And I may consider you an exception, something one of a kind to me. I want to compete with you. I want to make you laugh and maybe see your frustrated face so many times, but can't you understand why I think you could do better? Someone like me, someone so much more lacking in hope. You have so much potential. It both inspires and scares me. I don't want you to feel like you have to give up on anything, because that would never be my intention. Frankly, I hate the concept, the very essence of giving up, because it sounds so sad. And I'm sick of sad things. I get tired of it. I think anybody does. You can only watch so many sad movies in a row before you're just done with them for a while. And that's how I feel in my life. I want to be done with the sad things, and you sure are adamant about me. What is it you like about me anyways? There must be something. Something that jumps out at you that's put you this far in obsession with me. I can appreciate that. I know. You don't need to compliment me that much. I already knew all these things to be fact. Well, I'll give you one thing, my little pipsqueak. You've been something of a anomaly. You make me feel like so many different things all at once, and I don't know how to do it. How to stop the feelings, and how you do what you do. But at the same time, I can relate exactly. like I'm looking in the mirror. It's quite humbling in that way. Because I can't say that you're exactly me, but you're definitely someone who understands more about me than most do on the surface, and that puzzles me, and it's a little bit scary from my perspective because I try and hide those things. Because I've seen too many that I care about taken away, suffering. And I don't want to see another one. Especially not one as special as you. Maybe I'm a spoiled child even now. Because I want to have your admiration. But I'm afraid. It's scary admitting that you care for someone so much. And don't think I was making fun of you too much earlier. All those names were just my defense mechanism, I guess. Because it's not something that I ever really expected. When you go this long, you have so many failed experiences, you start losing hope. You start thinking there's something wrong with you and that no one would ever love you. No, I guess I was wrong. And I'm thankful for that. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? At risk of me getting too sentimental, I want to hear something of yours. You still seem a little drunk, but perhaps the liquid courage will be talking. How about we start with what brought you to UA? I see. A little spuncious little fella. That's what it seems like. Though I wouldn't say that that's a bad thing, you just have a lot of character that comes out in some interesting ways. Yeah, don't even sweat it. There's plenty of people like that, and I think you'll fit right in. After everything that's happened in the hero society as of late, it's good to hear there's someone like you. A lot of people are doing it for the wrong purpose now. Things have gone to hell and back. I just don't think they've ever fully returned. So pardon me for my strange outlook on it. Perhaps I'm the one who will be the most real in the world to you. And I'd like that. Because of how much you mean to me. Because of how much I truly do actually care about you. But, kid, you gotta be careful. You're in this place alone with a grown man who happens to like you a lot. Are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into? I'm not convinced yet. So I think I'm gonna need some more convincing. How about this? I'll cut you a deal. I'll bet that by the end of this night, you won't like me anymore. And if you do, if after hearing all the baggage, you consider me the same as you did before, and you can say that you care about me just as much, then you know what? I can no longer justify pushing you away. I think at that point I'd have to give you a chance. As scary as it is, I gotta be brave too sometimes. You know, to reach my roguish good looks and daring personality. I can't always be this timid. It's not like me. It's not really my thing. But it's also true that I don't often meet someone like you. It's fascinating, really. How fate works. How our world spins and spins, and we just stand here looking, caught in awe and all the fireworks that go off. Sometimes they're pretty scary if you ask me. Other times they're just kind of normal. But with you, it's something different. I'm no expert on people's auras or anything, but you seem like you're just positively infatuated with me. Like you've searched for me your entire life, and that feels good. It feels like all my efforts into being one of the coolest people that I can be. It feels like it's being rewarded. A little bit. You know what I see in you? I see a kid with a lot of guts. Something I appreciate. You got a cute face and a nice personality. I like that you challenge me. Not many people are that stupid. Excuse me. I mean, that bold. Well, I can't let you have every win. I gotta put up a fight, or it'd get boring. You know what kind of person I am already. We've already dealt with each other for so long that I had to say it. So don't get your hopes all dashed like that. And besides, we haven't even gotten to the meat of the situation. Are you going to take that bet that I suggested a moment ago? All right. But I'll warn you, it's not a good one. Well, let's just say, the start to my hero career. It was booming. It was beautiful. It was kind of good, actually. I had a lot of friends. Well, at least I had Present Mike and a couple other ones here and there. It was really during the prime of All Might, and I got to see a lot of people, and unfortunately, I saw what happened between All For One and the horrible situation of what he did. Never in my life have I thought I'd see something worse than him. Something worse than what he did to All Might, or even to All Might's predecessor. It was terrifying. But you must understand, it wasn't just fearful, it was grotesque. The thing that scared me more than that was a little-known villain. I still don't know what the name was. I don't even know if it was a man or a woman. All I know is I saw the aftermath. There were heroes, civilians. It didn't seem to matter. An entire warehouse full of people. People just barely alive. Twisted in ways that they could never recover. But that's not the worst of it. I think the worst of it was seeing familiar faces. Things that I had never seen up until that point. I was hopeful. I was unshaken. I thought heroes always win and villains always lose, but then I came to that stunning conclusion that I was wrong. This was no victory for heroes. And the worst part of it all goes a little bit deeper. I don't like to talk about this, but I had someone who I was dating at the time, another pro hero. And, well, we got along quite amazingly, actually. She was to me what it must have been nuts to a squirrel, or maybe peanut butter to jelly. I don't really know how else to put it. But honestly, she was my everything. It was something that I never thought would be the case, me falling for someone. But I did. Even the quiet me in the back of the class admired her from afar. And she had a pretty cool quirk, too. I could go on for hours about that alone, but I think the main thing here is that she was a good, honest person. A woman who captured my heart. Someone I trusted, someone I dated for 3 years. That's no short time. It's no easy time, especially considering how it ended. Whoever did that, the massacre in that warehouse, the lead up to it, I could hear in the phone. She called me, telling me about something, some strange feeling she had, and I tried to find her. She tried to direct me there, but she was confused. Something was wrong. I don't know. Sometimes I really wonder what it was that happened, because I heard strange sounds and it all just came crashing down. I heard her just kind of trail off, and then after a while I just couldn't find her. She stopped talking, almost like she had put the phone down and walked away. And then, after everything, after searching for days, weeks, I found it. The phone. And that was right before I discovered that warehouse of horrors. Now that wasn't bad enough. I had such a bad feeling about opening that door. But I expected villains. I expected hostages, not corpses, and whatever that was. All I could tell you is I searched and I searched and I never properly found closure. Whatever happened, I still don't know. I don't know if she was there. I don't know if she was actually a villain. I don't know what exactly happened. Nothing made sense to me, and I tried for years. I still try searching for her because, I'll admit to you, she's still in my heart. When you get someone taken away like that, it crushes you. It makes you question everything you stand for. It makes you want to give up on so many things that you just... Sorry, I might have gotten a bit out of control there. And besides, you seem to have stuck with it and stuff like that, so what's your answer? So you really feel the same, despite me failing my previous relationship? Well, it's been 8 years, so I guess I'll make you a little bit of a wager too. How about we both make bets? Play a little game of truth and dare. Or is it truth or dare? I thought it was both of them. Goes to show how many times I've played this game and how recently. Guess you'll have to keep me up to date, won't you? Well then, why don't we start? You can start with your first one. Yeah, I should have expected that one. But tell me, is that the liquor talking, Brad? Or is it you sobered up and actually wanting that? Well, it doesn't matter. Fine. You dare me to kiss you like I mean it. Then here goes nothing. I hope that was good enough, but judging by your reaction, it was too much. Sorry for blowing your mind there, kid, but I'm just getting started with these. So you have somewhat set the mood for things. Well then, I dare you to remove 2 articles of clothing. Well, you're in an adult's world now, so don't hold it against me. Not bad. Though your choices are a bit conservative, aren't they? Guess you're feeling embarrassed since you only removed 2 socks, but I suppose that's fair. We'll see how long you can keep that up, though. Your turn, darling. Interesting. You want me to tell you a secret? No, and it has to do with you, eh? A secret. Let's see. Alright. One time I may have accidentally seen you changing, and I might have accidentally blushed. Well, it was a complicated situation, you see, because I didn't realize that was the changing room that day. It wasn't actually ill-intention. I'm not exactly that kind of person. Unless you're close to me. In that way. Which obviously at the time, it was an unrequited love on your part, so it was something of a difficulty of me to hold back in the sense that I wanted to date you, I did. But it was illegal, and I felt like it was my responsibility as your teacher and as someone who's more mature to make sure that you go about this relationship when you're perfectly ready. Because I didn't feel like you were sure. I didn't want you to get tagged along with someone like me anyways. Not if you didn't really want to, and that you didn't like me for who I am. A lot of people see that sexy, roguish teacher such as myself, and they get a little hot and bothered. They get a crush. That's exactly what I took you for at first. Take it or leave it. I guess I got a little carried away, though. Now I did, anyways. Alright, so it's my turn, darling. I think I'm gonna do something a little more interesting. Why don't you remove 2 pieces of clothing that are considered more private? It should be interesting. I'm sure you can think of something. Yeah, maybe my requests are too simple, but I like to watch. I like to see you in your raw form. Especially now that I know you're serious about me. And baby, you can bet I'm serious about you. So now that you're, showing some skin. And let's face it, I really like your embarrassed face. So how does it feel? Me looking at you like this. Can you feel my eyes undressing you? Of course, you probably can. So what's your dare? Or if you want a truth, what's it gonna be, brat? That's an interesting one. I'll oblige. You're getting a little bit more bold, aren't you? That's an admirable stance. I'd almost say that's downright lewd, what you're saying. But you know what? I'm a man of my word, so I don't back down on a dare. There we are. My shirt's off, and you get to see my chiseled body. Not enough? Well, I think you'll have to wait till next round then. Alright. I'll dare you to give me a little show. Nothing too serious. Go ahead and take it all off. That's right, and then give me a little show. Show me how you'd allure someone like me. A roguish gent like myself is difficult to appease. But I think you might have what it takes, so I want to see it. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Well, you certainly know how to put on a show for a guy, don't you? You look like you're raring to go, too. Well, I guess that's to be expected from someone that into me. I'm not taking you lightly, mind you. Well, I'll take you as serious as you're taking me. You want me to what? I see. What, you want a place of power or something over me? Can't say I blame you, but fine. Go ahead. Spread those legs of yours. I'll do the rest. Do you like it when I look up at you, stare you in the eyes like this? Hope my stubble doesn't make you too embarrassed. Oh, careful now. Your legs are getting a little shaky. Wouldn't want you to hurt yourself. I've got a dare for you. I dare you to stand up. Keep doing this while I have my way with you like this. Let's see how much you can stand up against me, quite literally. Oh, that's the stuff. I could do this all day. You're getting a little rosy cheeked up there. Makes me want to do something a little more. Oh. devouring a beauty like you. Ah, looks like you lose this little bet. The dare is... I don't blame you, though. Falling to your knees from such an assault, I can't imagine too many others could take such a lewd thing. So, my love, because you lost, I'm gonna make another demand. Winners get all the glory. So what I'm gonna ask of you is pretty easy. I want you... It's gonna be pretty easy, I suppose. Like, I can't make it too bad for you. I'd feel bad. So why don't you put that mouth of yours, that sassy mouth of yours, to work? I'll relax, and the challenge is, can you look in my eyes the whole time? To the very end. It's alright. Though you're quite obedient once you get embarrassed, I see. Just like a little kitty cat. Come on, kitty. I've got something for you. Yeah, come over here. Crawl over. I'm just relaxing. Though, I guess you'll need to help me with that. Oh, ugh. You don't waste any time, do you, kitty cat? Oh, ugh. No. Oh, it's so hard to restrain. Ah, yeah, kitty cat, come on. Yeah, good little kitty, aren't you? Sorry if that's not your thing, but it's kind of mine, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Ugh. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, kitty. Come on. Ugh. Look at me, kitty. Look at me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, kitty. Oh, awakening the beast in me. Yeah. Kitty, can you feel that? You're about to get some milk. Yeah, that's right. Look at me. Look at me. Take it all. That's right. Now I just gotta pet you like that, my pretty kitty. Yeah. You enjoy your time with me, don't you? Well, I guess you did that one pretty well. Mind if I see the damage? Wow. I guess I made a bit of a mess here, but it's alright. And besides, It's your turn. Truth or dare, honey? Ooh, looks like someone's getting a little more feisty. Maybe I got you worked up earlier, or was it just now? It doesn't really matter, though. So, darling, how do you want to do this? I guess I always took you for someone like that. So, by all means, go ahead and give me some of that sweet, sweet submission that you seem to be so good at. I like how you put up a fight until you start losing, and then you get this little whimper in your voice like that. The quivering. Oh, your hips are shaking. Are you anticipating it? Are you stuck in imagining what it's gonna feel like? Well, I don't blame you. So I think I'll just go ahead and respect your wishes. Look at that. What a sight. Seeing you peering back at me like that, while you're on all fours like a cat, that really works me up. Perhaps I've gone a little too far with calling you my kitty cat, but pardon me, it's just that you have such grace, and you seem to be such a purring mess there that I just ended up thinking the name was fitting for you. Don't worry, I'll come up with lots more. It's part of my roguish charm. So, by all means. Darling, you've got the case of the shakes. Looks like you're twitching a little, actually. Don't mind if I do. You feel that? Yeah. I can feel it too. Now, just relax and let your man take care of you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Yeah, you really. Well, I won't say anything too much. Don't want you to be embarrassed. I feel like a beast. Yeah. Not making this easy on me, are you, darling? That's right, kitty. Brr for me. Do you like it when I grow in your ear? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. We're getting there. Claiming your body like this. Oh, yes. How do you like that? Do you feel the warmth deep inside? I sure hope so. The eloquent feeling of you all around me. It makes me feel whole. And I hope you felt just a tad bit embarrassed. I do so like seeing that face of yours and hearing those pretty purrs of my kitty. Well, let this be like the official start of our relationship then. I do like you, and I'll consider you as my personal kitty cat. We'll see about dating once you prove yourself that you're really in love with me. Right now, we're just, well, friends with benefits, right? Unless you want to be more right now. You can go ahead and say that if you like. Wow. Didn't expect you to be so adamant on that. Though I'm impressed. It's quite admirable you being so dedicated like that. Makes me want to be that dedicated to you too. I dare you to make me smile. I suppose you did that one. I didn't expect you to pull out some of those Bakugo level funny faces. So well, I'm happy you did. You made it your own, didn't you, kid? I really enjoy it, seeing you like this. With a big smile on your face. It's contagious, really. Seeing you smile has made my day just that much more brighter. So I really enjoy it. You're amazing. And I thoroughly felt happiness for the first time in a long time. And honestly, I'm happy to have known you for so long. The wounds of the past can't haunt me any longer. I have to face reality. And you've helped me do that. Though it may seem a bit shallow, maybe a bit roguish of me, but I think that, well, if you'd like, we can get you back home unless you'd like to spend the night playing Truth or Dare with me. So that's your dare, is it? Well, I think I can oblige. Here, I'll make a bed for you out here. Unless you really want to sleep with me? I'm fine with that. Though make sure that you... well, just make sure that you... don't be a stranger. Get comfortable and we can just truth or dare all night. I don't care. It seems so much more fun when you have someone that you really enjoy to play it with, so I foresee us not sleeping very much. Guess we'll see, won't we?